Days of the Dead 2018. We are here with the awesome Bill Moseley. How are you doing, man?
I'm awesome. I feel good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Been a good weekend for you?
Yeah, it's always fun. I like to come to Atlanta, like walking around. Love the horror fans. Love seeing some of my horror contemporaries like Kane Hodder over there, Ernie Hudson, Alex Vincent, Tony Moran.
We're missing your sidekick this weekend, Sid. He had to do some reshooting.
Yes, apparently some reshoots, which makes me wonder just what it is he's reshooting. There's always mystery in this line of work.
Something about maybe a popular sequel maybe coming out soon.
Maybe to, what is it? High on the Hog. That was his latest effort. So maybe he's doing High on the Hog too. I don't know.
Possibly. So, everybody knows you for Chop Top, Otis, and everything, but you have done some interesting other work. The CDs, for example.
Yeah.
We've listened to the Bill and Phil, which you finally got together with Phil Anselmo and did that.
Yep.
And that was some crazy sounding stuff. But
That blew our minds.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I know, it's awesome.
We were addicted to it immediately and listened to the whole thing online. And we're like, we got to buy this. Got to give him the money for that.
And then you introduced us to another CD that you did. What was the name?
Spider Mountain.
Spider Mountain, yes.
Yes,
I wondered.
Ronnie Sharon. And of a band called Stolen Babies. That's my more autobiographical album. I love Spider Mountain, and that also is available on iTunes. And there's some videos on YouTube. And of course the first band of that ilk was Cornbugs that I had with Buckethead.
Awesome.
And that took a long time. That was about a 9-year run.
And before that, you've done some writings for some prolific magazines back in the day. Omni magazine.
Yes, Omni, the late great Omni.
Psychology Today.
Yes, Psychology Today.
And National Lampoon.
National Lampoon, Rolling Stone, Rob Report, all kinds of it.
Were you just like a column writer for stuff?
I was a freelancer for the most part. I was on the masthead of the Lampoon, and I contributed to Omni for about a 10-year stretch. I wasn't on staff at any of the magazines, so I was, I guess, a freelance writer.
Wow. So you have a vested interest in both science fiction, science fact, and
journalism,
things of that nature.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm an inquisitive sort, yes.
So do you have anything coming up soon?
I have a couple of movies that are still in the can. One of them, which are coming out. One of them I did in Australia with a director named Christopher Lee Sun, and I worked with him before on a splatter film called Charlie's Farm, which actually includes Kane Hodder.
Awesome.
And then I went back to Australia 2 years ago, and we did a movie called Boar, Boar, which is Chris's homage to a wonderful Ozploitation film called Razorback, which is an awesome film. If you want to, there's a whole sub genre of pig hunt movies, and of those, I think Razorback is the best.
It seems like Australia is coming out with a lot of good horror these days.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because actually one of the stars of Boar is John Jarrett, who, of course, is Wolf Creek.
Right.
And, there were some great Australian actors. I was the token Yank, and it was a lot of fun to work with them. And I love working with Chris Sun. And that should come out, that's Universal, so that should come out, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, something like that.
Awesome.
Or Boar. And then actually a couple months ago, because I had this beard, I got hired as Abraham Lincoln in a short film, like 20-minute short called Gingerbread. And Gingerbread was written and directed by a young woman named Courtney Klein. And Kendall Courtney Klein. And Kendall really wrote an amazing script. I play Lincoln, and Mary Todd Lincoln is played by Amanda Plummer.
Oh, wow.
So it was pretty wild and wonderful. Awesome. So that should be coming out one of these days, probably in the summer or the early fall. Gingerbread is what it's called. And then I keep working with Corpsey. Corpsey is the publisher of Girls and Corpses magazine. and he's now getting into film production. And I did a movie with him called Cynthia, about a scary tumor that rolls around and kills people. And then we just finished one. I think the new title is something like Terror at 60,000 Feet. It's a scary, plane drama, kind of a comedy, horror comedy, I guess. And I play a dead possessed Vietnam vet, and killing a few people in my way. And that's about it. Then I was down in New Orleans about just about 2 months ago, and working on yet another movie. That is still kind of under wraps, but I'm working. Let's put it that way.
You are one of the hardest working people we have ever seen in show business.
I'm working. It's like doing push-ups, yeah.
Now, if our viewers wanted to get Bill Moseley's stuff, where would they go to do that online?
I guess they would go to choptopsbbq.com.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
choptopsbbq.com. And there's some stuff. There's stuff there.
Can we find your music and stuff over there as well?
You find the music. You don't find Phil and Bill there. I mean, Bill and Phil. I kept thinking it was going to be Phil and Bill, but he insisted on Bill and Phil.
Well, he likes you a lot.
Yes, good old Phil. And Phil has just come through back surgery, so we should all wish him well.
Phil Anselmo, get better?
Yes, get better.
Yes, definitely.
Bill and Phil was released on his label called Housecore Records. So if you want a copy of Bill and Phil, I think it's on iTunes and all this, maybe Spotify and whatever else.
All the digital outlets.
All those things. But if you want to get the vinyl, which is very cool, go to Housecore Records or housecore.com. Yeah.
Awesome.
I have to say, I loved you as Luigi in Repo the Genetic Opera.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, and I have visual aids here. Yes, and remember, I'm the smartest and the toughest.
I stole your line. Sometimes I tell people I'll do their ass like dishes.
Right. That's right.
It's the best.
Do your ass like
It's
dishes.
the best. And your delivery of it, though, was just so... Yeah.
Well, I try to make it
Luigi has
real,
fun.
man. I try to make it real.
Luigi has fun.
Yeah.
You're very convincing, but everything you've done, you've been very convincing.
You can be frightening, lovable,
Hilarious.
intimidating.
And
All those things.
Sometimes all at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I have fun in my work. Let's put it that way.
Cool.
Sometimes people say, how can you're such a nice guy. That's always a good question, to ask the person's family, because, you might be a nice guy, and then, I don't know if you ever saw, did you see that movie, Crumb?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, he's so funny, and then you go back and see his family, and it's like, oh my God. So, but anyway, I just try to, I try to be a decent human being. I think it's easier when you do all kinds of fucked up shit on screen, and then you kind of get it out of your system. You can go home and be reasonable. My secret to playing psychos, I would just throw in the mix here, is that the way I look at it is I'm the only sane one in the room. And if you play it that way, it really works out well. If you try to play psycho, like, I'm a psycho, you look like a dope. So I'm the only sane one in the room.
Interesting philosophy.
Remember that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your time, man.
Okay.
And we will catch you hopefully very soon to see what else you're up to.
Yeah, always doing something.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Lovely person, sir.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.